The ones that survive, the changes are Lyons, Good, Tribal and Pervader all in. Medine, Carey, Ekpiteta and Thornley miss out.
Still 1-0 to Leicester here with 13 minutes to go. And Bolton have taken the lead again at the Valley in League One. Dion Charles once again with the goal for Bolton Wanderers. Charlton 1, Bolton 2. Walsall hit the ball forward. Joe Lowe looking for Connor Wilkinson. Fass volleys it clear. Tidied up by Dewsbury Hall, but then Mendy has his pocket picked by Songo. Songo driving out towards the right-hand side, then turns in field. Quick feet from Songo, but then he was surrounded by blue shirts. And they won it back, Leicester. And here's Mendy again, threading a neat ball up to the halfway line. Dewsbury Hall goes to ground under pressure from Hayden White. He was being fouled, says Gavin Ward, and Leicester have a free kick. Ian Danter and Matt Holland with you on TalkSport. 12 to play. Walsall 0, Leicester 1.
How's your back, Dance? Is it all right? I think I'll be on the phone to my chiropractor on the way home. My back is in absolute bits in this commentary position.
It's compact and bijou in here, but I can't possibly complain. I'm watching FA Cup football.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I've got a bad back.
Yeah, you're just spitting facts, aren't you, really? Here's a throw into Walsall. Going to make another change to Sadler's, and Taylor Allen's going to be on sooner rather than later to try and change things. Possibly another double change, and I think Ronan Mayer's going to be on too. Another double switch. Just the last throw of the dice, really, from Michael Flint.
Well, without troubling Daniel Everson, it's been better since they went behind. Since the changes, they've had a bit more of the game, haven't they, in the last 10-15 minutes or so.
So the double change will be Walsall shortly. In fact, it might be now, because Leicester have headed the ball out of play for another throw, and indeed the referee does spot that the change wants to be made by the Walsall boss. And so Taylor Allen, a free from Forest Green Rovers, who was on trial at Leicester City back in 2019, never got himself a contract, but he's coming on for these last 11 minutes or so. And I mentioned Ronan Mayer, 18 years of age, started life at the West Bromwich Albion Academy until coming to Walsall, and a pro deal after making his debut against Hartlepool on the opening day. He was the under-18's top scorer last year for Walsall, and he's gone up front to play alongside Connor Wilkinson. And here's Hayden White for Walsall, whips a decent ball to the far post. Can Tom Knowles keep it in? No, he can't. It's bounced over the dead ball line before he can get to it on the left-hand side of the area, and it's a goal kick for Leicester City. 10 minutes to go in this FA Cup fourth round tie on TalkSport. It is still Walsall 0, Leicester 1.
Yeah, nothing more Michael Flynn can do. He's made his changes. It's now a case of, can we try and get something from this game? That was better, wasn't it? Back to front very quickly. That big diagonal from Daniels out to Hayden White, and a decent ball into the area, a little bit too much on it.
10,297 spectators inside the Poundland Bescot Stadium, the majority of whom are hoping that Walsall can find something in these remaining 10 minutes or so to earn a replay. Another goal at the Wham Stadium. Accrington Stanley 1, Leeds 3. Well, that appears to be academic. That is live on TalkSport 2 right now. Fancy tuning into the last few minutes of that game with Joe Shannon and Adrian Clark, but here on TalkSport at the Poundland Bescot Stadium, 10,297 here. It is Walsall 0, Leicester 1. Another long throw coming in, Matt, from Tom Knowles on that far side.
Yeah. Well, the players they've brought on are big players as well, so they have got the advantage when these balls come into the box.
Yeah, James Taylor and Wilkinson are tall people to hit inside the area. In fact, they're trying to find the smaller player, Ronan Mayer, with a throw to the near post. Iheanacho tries to bring the ball clear, just headed it away from Gordon, trying to drift down the left-hand side, but it was out of play. Adekoya got that goal back for Accrington Stanley, incidentally, at the Wham Stadium against Leeds. Bolton still 2-1 up at Charlton in the lunchtime game in League One today. Don't forget Dan Windle about to take you around the grounds in the FA Cup and the EFL from 2:30 here on TalkSport. Whilst over on TalkSport 2, you've got that exclusive commentary of Fulham against Sunderland in the FA Cup. Mendy gets dispossessed by James Taylor. Good foot in from him. and then Songo rolls it out to the right-hand side, and Tom Knowles wrestling for possession with Barnes. Then he goes to ground under pressure from Christensen, but he's won a throw down by the corner flag, although he's hurt himself, Tom Knowles, but assumedly once he picks himself up, he'll be hurling it back into the box again. 1-0 Leicester.
They're being braver, Walsall, committing bodies forward now. They're keeping bodies up the pitch as well, not tracking back as much as they were. Can't afford to track back as much as they were. They need to get a goal. They need to keep those bodies in the forward positions. Is it a throw? Yeah, it is a throw. Which
Knowles has picked himself up off the deck to take. It's only 2 or 3 yards from the corner flag. Hurls it into the near post, comfortably headed clear by Christensen. Brought down by Mayer, but he couldn't control it for too long, and away come Leicester on the counter-attack with Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. Making great strides down the left-hand side. Songo trying to stray with him. Pulls it back to the edge of the area. Breaks for Barnes. Shot is blocked. Comes back to Barnes. Blocked again by Walsall players on the deck, just throwing legs at it. And Walsall survive, but it stays 1-0 to Leicester. Chance for them to play the ball downfield to get Connor Wilkinson away. Out comes Everson and puts it out for a Walsall throw, on the far side.
Yeah, there's always that threat of Leicester on the counter-attack now, because Walsall are leaving spaces at the back, and Harvey Barnes nearly exploited it. And actually starting with Dewsbury-Hall, who's got better and better in this game. I thought he had a slow start first 15-20 minutes, but he's got better in the game.
I remember watching him on loan at Luton for the first time when he was there in the Championship, and thought he was tailor-made to come straight back into the Leicester side, and that's exactly what has happened. I'm just reading out the attendance. 10,297. And Michael Flynn did say he wants some of these, shall we say, lapsed supporters to come back and help them out, because crowds have been rising here in recent times with the way that Walsall have come at the table. They're now averaging around about 6,000 for home games. Leicester coming forward with Iheanacho, the goal scorer. Goes to ground, no foul, says the referee. And Songo gives it back to Liam Gordon, who's being pressurised by Dennis Pratt, who's won it back down the right-hand side of the area. Pulls it back across the face of goal. Iheanacho's shot blocked right on the line by Owen Evans, and it's thumped clear by Songo, asking Wilkinson to give chase, but Amate watched the ball all the way and chested it down well. Keeper had to be equal to that, although it was straight at him. He's had
an excellent second half. He's made some really good saves in this second period. Said Leicester didn't really test him up till the hour mark, and Tielemans missed his penalty, and after that he's made 3 or 4 really big saves, none more so than that one.
5 minutes to go on TalkSport. Leicester lead by a goal to nil in the FA Cup at Walsall. Here is Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall's going to have a go for goal from 30 yards, and it's drifted well wide. Keeper, I knew it was wide of the post, and it'll be a goal kick to the Saddlers away to our right.
Yeah, time running out. Walsall fans doing their best, trying to urge their team forward. They're having a go. They've shown a great attitude today, haven't they? I think they've come up against a Premier League team who've kept the ball well. Leicester have, I think, played the situation well. And they've been good actually as well since taking the lead. They've controlled things, but Walsall are still in it and they're having a go.
Evans' goal kick for Walsall just gets over the halfway line, flicked on by Hayden White. Wilkinson trying to barrel his way through some blue shirts, and James Taylor trying to get a piece of it down the right side of the box. He's pulled it back to the near post, and it's cleared away hurriedly by Castagna, kept from going out for a corner by Christensen, but it is a throw down to that Poundland end for Walsall. 1-0 Leicester.
I think the Leicester players thought that was out. Daniel Everson straight away to the assistant referee to say that had gone over the byline.
Another long throw to come from Tom Knowles out on that far side of the field. Rests against the advertising hoardings. Now launches it into the box. A little flick on at the near post. Doesn't quite come Walsall's way, but it drifts out of play for a corner kick off a Leicester head. Now Leicester are bringing everybody back. Iheanacho's gone back to help out his defenders. He'd stayed forward for that throw-in, and Knowles has stayed on that right-hand side where the Poundland stand meets the community stand to take this corner. Only Liam Gordon has stayed back for Walsall. Mayer at the edge of the box in case anything drops. It's floated to the far post. Daniels went up, drops for Mayer, volleys it half goal, was flicked on. Oh, it's spilled by the keeper, but he grabbed hold of it, Everson, with Jan Songo bearing down on him. There was a flick on and he didn't hold it well, Everson, but he clutched hold of it at the second attempt to spare any blushes. Leicester stay 1-0 up.
A nervous moment for the goalkeeper. He's had a few of those actually, especially with the ball back to feet. He hasn't looked comfortable when the ball's come back to him. He dropped that right in front of Songo, and they kept it alive, didn't they, Walsall? That's what they have been good at with the set pieces. Winning the first one, winning the second one, and keeping it alive.
3 minutes to go on TalkSport. Leicester still lead by a goal to nil, but Walsall have won the ball back. trying to release Tom Knowles inside the area. Attempted Hollywood pass there really by Taylor Allen, but it was come to be claimed by Everson, and now away come Leicester to the edge of their own penalty area with Daniel Amate. James Taylor comes to close him down, so it's square to Fass. Now Christensen, the debutant, up to the halfway line. Barnes on the half turn, gets away from his man and plays a lovely ball out to this near side for Dennis Pratt. Pratt into Iheanacho, tries to give it back to Pratt, but Gordon managed to get an interception for Walsall with his back. Iheanacho neatly works it infield to Dewsbury Hall, thinks about having a go, but then threads it out to Christensen, left hand side of the area, across for Dewsbury Hall. He's put it wide. I thought that was certain to be number 2. Set up beautifully for Dewsbury Hall, 12 yards out, but it drifts the wrong side of the post for Leicester, and Walsall have a goal kick. 2 to go, 1-0.
Lovely football from Leicester. They moved 1 and 2 touch. Christensen did well as well to pick out the run of Dewsbury Hall. It just bobbled in front of him, made it a really difficult finish. There's still all the feel that he should have done a little bit better, but dragged it wide of the post. Good play from Leicester though.
But time running out for Walsall in this 4th round tie. Leicester leading by a goal to 0. The goal kick from Evans for Walsall. Headed up in the air. Mayer brings it down on his chest, runs into the challenge of Dewsbury Hall. Wilkinson giving chase down the right-hand side of the box, but Fass did well for Leicester. It's cleared up to halfway. Daniels tries to stick his head in. Songo gets involved. Hayden White a challenge or two, but then is dispossessed by a good challenge from Papa Mendy. Dewsbury Hall finds Iheanacho. Iheanacho turns and looks toward goal, threads it through for Barnes, left-hand side of the box, prevents it from going out of play, gives it back to Iheanacho, and he fires it to the back of those Leicester supporters in the stand. And it's a goal kick to Walsall, but we're into the last minute of normal time. 1-0 to the Fox. Well, again, this might prove a boost to Leicester City for their league fixtures to come, but they won at Gillingham in round 3 but couldn't follow that up with any Premier League success. But Harvey Barnes has just been fouled as we drift towards stoppage time here on TalkSport at the Poundland Bescot Stadium. Leicester leading by a goal to 0. Off round the grounds with Dan Windle and the team from 3 o'clock here, before we bring you Preston Spurs at 6 live on TalkSport, and Manchester United Reading at 8, and we're into 4 minutes of minimum stoppage time here, with the score at 1-0 to Leicester City. 4 minutes at least to be added on here by Gavin Ward. Free kick to Leicester, midway point of their Walsall half, taken short by Christensen to Tielemans, rolls it into the box. Harvey Barnes shows some lovely feet, gives it back out to the left-hand side, and Christensen, faced up by Wilkinson, puts a ball into the near post, and it's a corner to Leicester. And Christensen is whipping up his new supporters behind that goal to the right-hand side as Leicester get a corner kick.
He's done all right, hasn't he, since he came out? I thought the first 5 minutes or so he looked a bit nervous. He's on his debut, of course, and he's he looked a little bit cagey in possession. But as the game's worn on, since he's come on, I think he's done well.
Tielemans again with the corner kick. He had that missed penalty early in the second half, Yuri Tielemans. But Leicester kept at it. Iheanacho's goal separating the teams. We're into that second minute of 4 being added on. Tielemans' corner whipped into the near post and headed straight back out into the Leicester fans behind the goal by Connor Wilkinson. But Leicester won't mind that. That'll eat up a few more seconds at this end of the field, the right-hand end, where they want the ball to be. Tielemans again, a right-footed in-swinger to come. Fass and Christensen both by the penalty spot. Iheanacho making a run to the near post. Ball's gone short to Dewsbury Hall, and he gets it back from Tielemans. Now they're just keeping the ball and will just work it back towards the halfway line, and Dennis Pratt just lobs the ball down the left-hand side of the area. Christensen faced up by Jan Songo, plays a 1-2 with Barnes. It's worked back into midfield. Now Tielemans at the edge of the D, tries to make space for a shot perhaps. Now he works it right for Kelechi Iheanacho. Tielemans again inside the D, dispossessed by Songo, but then Christensen runs into him. The ball breaks on halfway for Tom Knowles, but he can't turn away from Castagna. He rolls the ball back to his keeper Everson, and Everson thumps it left-footed downfield, but straight onto the chest of Joe Lowe. And with 2 minutes of minimum stoppage time to go, Liam Gordon brings the ball forward for Walsall. One last chance maybe for the Saddlers. And it's with Douglas James Taylor on this left-hand side, drifting in field. Plays a ball up to the edge of the box. It's headed away, only half clear as far as Taylor Allen. Allen drifted down the left-hand side for Walsall. Plays the ball into the box. Cleared away first time by Wout Fass. Up to Iheanacho. Not quite halfway line. Tom Knowles wins it back for Walsall. All right to cover the challenges, and he's brought down by Tielemans 25 yards out. I don't know who would fancy this free kick for Walsall, but it's position A for a right-footed drive at goal. Deep in added time with Leicester 1-0 up.
Last chance, you would feel. Leicester have done pretty well in terms of their game management, but Walsall on that occasion, good run, slalom run towards the edge of the box, brought down quite clearly from teams. It is a distance out though, isn't it?